Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and this is the program that you're listening to. So this is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. And this is the message that the Lord God has given me to give to you. And that's found in Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. But I suggest that you read Zechariah chapter 4, chapter 4, verses 4 through 6. Also, the beginning of the sickness started in Haggai, when the Lord God told Zerubbabel that he was going to use him as a signal. And of course, I'm Elijah, and Lord God said, I want to send Elijah to you back before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he should turn the hearts of the children back to the fathers, the hearts back to the children. What? At least I come and strike the earth with a curse. So who are the fathers? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali, and Gad, and Asher. And our fathers left us everything. Now, and you find that in this book here. The Testament of 12 Patriarchs. This was about Robert H. Charles. Our father left us exhortation, warnings of the last time, prophecy of the last day, what was going to happen to us, why it was going to happen to us, when we was going to go in captivity, how long we was going to take, how long we was going to be in captivity, what was going to happen to us while we was in captivity, how the Jews and Levites was going to get together with the Gentiles and work against us, yeah, and steal the land from us. All that's written down. All that's written down. And how we was going to go to captivity, what was going to be what was going to become of us while we was in captivity, and then how we was going to get out of captivity. So all that's in this here book right here, the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs, and that one's written by Robert H. Charles. So this paper here, like I said, go get the 300 copies, man. Once you get back in the mind, keep it, because that's the day I'm with right now. I'm about to start preparing for the God's Holy Covenant. But that's the paper Lord God said, man, go get your 300 copies. Make it 300 copies of this paper and give them out. Once you start keeping God's holy covenant, give it out. Try the Lord. Do it, thus said Lord. And again, you understand why it's only 300 copies, because he says the battle should be like the day that he did in Midian. He didn't need all them people. You don't need you to give out 1,200, 12,000. You don't need all that. He just said give out 300 copies. So if you put it on your heart to do it, do it. If not, well, don't worry about it. This has already really been done. Okay. So anyway, so let's get started. Let's get started. Coach, now I wake up in the morning, I got to listen to Joyce Meyer and T.G. Jakes. Yeah. Boy, I have two dreams for you. I'm going down. Don't let me forget the dreams. Let's start off with these dreams. Yeah, I had a dream that I had, let me see, I'll make sure, because, so I had a dream, and this dream, I had 3 rings on. I had 3 rings. But one of the rings stood out more. One was a big old diamond, big old emerald diamond ring. And then I had on a blue ring and another type of ring. So me and the guy was walking together. So you know, you're always in a dream. You ain't gonna never be alone. You always be walking with somebody. You know, your guide or your angel. So that's who you be with. You be good with your protection, your guardian angel. And so as we was walking and everything, so we went to, had this comic book where I hate myself. One of the rings fell off, and it showed me what it was. Then I put the ring back on. Then after that, so me and my guardian, so we goes and we sell this comic book. So as we sell this comic book, we get so much money for comic books. And so we go into this place to exchange it, to get the money for the comic books. I know it does, listen, I know it doesn't sound all that perfect right now, but just let me finish with it. This is the dream. So as we go in this other place, so I have a quarter. First the guardian dropped the quarter, and I picks it up. And then this woman, she said, they don't do that here anymore. You see, and then after she said that, she said, they don't do that here anymore. That's what she said. Let me see. So we were supposed to be exchanging. I guess we're exchanging money. Yeah, see, I had on this 3 rings, a big diamond ring and 2 other look like 2 rings that had gotten away from me. Next, I was with an angel. We went to exchange some comic books. We went to this place to get paid. We had a quarter that kept falling on the floor. Yeah, it kept on falling on the floor. This woman said, haven't you heard that they don't do that here anymore? They haven't done that here for 2 weeks. You have to go to Walmart, and the quarter fell again. That's what she told me. Yeah, because I remember what she said. She said, so when we got in the place for this change for to get the money, the quarter kept falling on the floor. This woman said, haven't you heard? They don't do that anymore. So I guess it was changing money. And said, they haven't done that here for 2 weeks. You have to go to Walmart. And a quarter fell on the floor again. It was a quarter. It was a quarter because the head of it was George Washington. You know, George Washington is on the head of the quarter. So that's the dream. Um, Another dream is that keep committing to keep committing fornication and adultery. Keep on doing it. It won't change for that. So, but as the Lord God give me another dream while I'm speaking to you, I'm gonna tell you the dream. So, man. So I was listening to Joyce Myers and T.G. Jake. Man, them people, them people. Like I said, if you preach a lie, you gotta keep on preaching a lie. And these lies, they have been taught all their life, and still them humble themselves and repent and just wait for the Lord, know how long he'll be. I don't know how long it's gonna be for him to give them something. Okay, because he would do it once they get back in the bond forever covenant. So she talking about, man. She talk about King David. That's all they do. They talk about the same thing. One go talk about the King David, the next one talk about King. And Lord God told you that they steal from each other. They steal from their neighbors, and that's most you be hearing the same old sermon regurgitated. So he talking about King David, how King David committed adultery and murder. Yeah, but quick to talk about somebody else. But what have you done? Now you ain't gonna talk about what you've done. You'll talk about what everybody else has done, what everything else somebody else has done to you, or something that happened to somebody else and stuff like that, man. It's not of God, man. It's not of God. And all of them look the same way in the church house, same way. But let me keep on going because I got a message. So after all that sermon, so you know you gotta buy a book. So she bragging about the 3 books that she had written. I read to that in the book of Enoch. God and Jesus told himself, the Lord God told himself, it never meant for man to put down nothing to ink and pen. It was never meant for them to do it. But anyway, so these writing books and everything, God didn't tell you to go write no books and nothing. I have read that to you before. So he haven't done that. So next she talked about how she helping this woman, these people, you know, the Israel, helping these people in Africa somewhere. And every time you look around, Africa don't need your help. Those people don't need your help. So, but anyway, she go in there and she find one woman that had been in the sex trafficking thing, and she got out and all like that. So she started up in a beauty parlor. And so the next thing you know, everybody, the actual beautician go in there and put all them fake weave and all those lies and deceitful things that in Israel hate. And bro, when you do that, all you telling God that you don't love yourself. When you have all that stuff, that's not of God. And I read that for you just the other day. That's not of God. That is of Satan and his children. All right. So I just finished reading that to you yesterday. In this book here, in the book of Adam and Eve. And this one here is by Joseph Lonkin. So when you go read that book and everything, man, it tells you where all this dying of hairs and dying of fingernails and tattoos and all where that come from, how it started, when it first started off, and who brought it about, and why did they bring it about. So you're doing that, but them people don't need our help. Oh, now you just, and this woman went from one sin to a greater sin. You didn't came out the, like I said, you didn't jump out the frying pan into the fire because you never repent. They refuse to repent. Just like she refused to repent, humble herself before the throne of grace, calling the holy name, Lord God, with all her heart. Repent with her whole heart. Keep all his commandments in the back and the bonds forever come. So when you go talk to this person about that, first thing gonna come out of their mouth and say, the first thing that come out of my the Sabbath day was done away with, but that's a lie. That's the lie that Constantine and the Jews got together for to do. All right. So when you go in this book right here, book the book of the Apocrypha. But like I told you, when the Lord God gave it to me, he gave it to me like this here, a wisdom book. So when you go in that book, you see what they have done. And you know why these things are. So John from her, then T.D. Jakes. Go to him and man. You listen to these people. Then another thing these people doing, I forgot to tell you the other day. I'm gonna get back to T.D. Jakes as soon as it come back to mind. These people throwing up all type of Baphomet signals and their OK signal and all that. There, just to watch their hand gesture and the hand moving while they're preaching and everything. They're teaching everything. Just watch them and watch them throw up the signs and the different things of those cults and the things that they are in. They do it. Oh yeah, I seen Jim Hager the other day put up that Baphomet sign. Man, come on, bro. Come on, man. They're doing it, bro. They're doing it, bro. But you're not paying attention. We refuse to repent. And man, get out them church house, synagogues, and sanctuary. So we get back to T.D. Jakes. So that's what he was talking about this morning. How if he had the people that came to his church and left and didn't stay and didn't stick around. But I was in that situation before. I was in this church house, associated minister, whatever. And these people would come there, join the church, and next thing you know, they was gone. Why? Because when they come there one Sunday stuff to see what's happening and everything, and they see that it's no good. They join, and they come back the next week and they see what's truly going on, and they're gone. Yeah. Can't blame them people, because once you open up your eyes and see the truth, you can't live up under that. Can't, man. You can't. Those of the Lord God Christ Jesus, those that are searching for the truth and they think it's in a church house, they go there and they see all that going on, that filth, and they reading and it doesn't line up to what they read. And they gone. And you want them to stay under that. Can't do it. Now, the reason why I was able to stay up under that, because I had forced myself to stay up under that, because God had wanted to show me something. He had wanted to teach me something once and for all, so I can get out away from that. Because I had left that 2 or 3 times, man. I don't want to be up under all that filth and foolishness. And they do things, and then they act like that's part of God, that they can raise those monies and charge people different things and have past appreciation and all those things and say that's of God. But that's not of God. That is man. That's man tradition. All right, well, all I can do is keep giving to you like the Lord God has given it unto me. So that's what he was about this morning. But nobody can't expect them people still there. Once you find the truth, you can't be in those church house, synagogue, sanctuary. Like the IUIC, you can't be under that. Once you find out that what those people are, they're not lining up with the word of God, you can't be under that. And God never required you to be up under that. All right, well, if you think God required you to be up there, why didn't he tell you to get out? So when you go in the book of Revelation, he tell you, come out of my people, be not partaking for sins, but it's deeper than that. So let's go to, before I get into what I'm going to, let's go right there, right there, the book of Revelation. So when you go in the book of Revelation, right there, when Jesus first opened up, when he first opened chapter, I think it's chapter 2, now unto the churches of, unto the angel of the church of Ephesus, write these things, say he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks. I know thy works, thy labor, and thy patience, how I cannot bear them which are evil. See? And thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and hast found them liars. You understand what I'm saying? Liars. And has borne and have patience for my name's sake, has labor, and has not fainted. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. And I explained that to you about the first love. Yeah, because I did it too. As soon as I got to my first love, into the Lord God, praying and unto him, next thing you know, I go into one of these church houses. See? I left Jesus and go to the church house, which have really basically nothing to do with the Lord God. That's what he's talking about. Remember therefore from which thou art fallen, so how you first start out, repent and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly and remove that candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. See, but this thou hast, that thou hast the deeds of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches. To him that overcome, I will give him to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of God. So when you go to this book right here, you go to the book of Adam and Eve, it tells you about paradise. It tells you about the Garden of God. And that's what we're trying to get back. So you read that book, you see Father Adam and Eve, Father Adam, Mother Eve, they're always trying to get back where? To the garden, get back to their first bright nature, to get the eternal spirit back, restored back on. And that's what you're supposed to do. All right, you serving gods of wood, stones, and brass, and all that in them church out. That's what you're serving. The gods of fine raiment, the gods of silver, the gods of gold, the gods of ivory, the gods of brass, the gods of precious stones. Well, that's what it said. King David wrote that. And then, the gods of wood and strange gods of iron fashioned out man's hand. So that's what you are serving, man. Come on, bro. And these people tell you they're all over. And then, talking about King David, that's what he said. That's why the Lord God singing to the poor soul, the show mercy of King David. He tell you what he's going to do in the last day, how he's going to tear the hearts of the children back unto David, their king, how he's going to take you to the wilderness and set David, King David, over you, and set shepherds of his own teachers over you. That's what he says, man. And the reason why the Lord God tells you those things, because King David, it's not just that King David sinned one time and won't do it anymore. It's more than that. David knew how to pray for his enemies. All right. And he knew how to act. He knew what all these people are what you are up against. And then like they come on TV and they want you to get out there and vote. They want you to get out vote. Don't worry, I'm gonna make sure I have time to go over what I'm supposed to be going. So now they want you to get out there and vote. Now I used to vote. I voted for many years. Many years, never changed nothing. But what the Lord God said, you're going to get waxed worse and worse and worse. And you think you're going to go out there and change what the Lord God said? The Lord God told you it's going to get worse. You're going to get more wickeder and wickeder and wickeder. More evil, evil, and evil. That darkness is going to get more darkness. That's what the Lord God said. So you're going out there voting. And I heard this woman yesterday. So I watched the CBS even though. So it was, I'm just telling one news station, so they even know. So they go around and they're in Iowa caucuses. I heard us seen all that foolishness before. And note I'm calling it foolishness because it's not going to change nothing. It's going to make it worse. Because Jesus said it's going to make it worse. But anyway, so now we got a couple of blacks, Hispanics, and basically all women around there talking and everything, and talking about why they're going to vote for the president, sitting president they have, and all these things right now. But one of them said, now this is Israel. This was Israel, one of the daughters of Israel, daughter of Zion, one of our Judah. So this is what she said. She said, both of them are evil, but I'm voting for the lesser two evils. And man, I did that for many years. And people have said, well, I know both of them, but I'm going to vote for the lesser two evils. Regurgitating something else, but it's the truth. And that's what you're doing. You're voting for the lesser evil. But what the Lord God said. So when I repented my whole heart and came back and Bible ever come, I told you what they said in the dream. Lord God said, Republican or Democrat, both of them are still the broad way. Still the same thing. And so when you're voting for the lesser two evil, you're still voting for what? Evil. And that's why the Lord God said, come out of my people, be not partaker of her sin. So that's why I did. I stopped voting. That's right. I said, man, you know what? I'm going to try God with all my heart, soul, and might. I'm just going to try him, man, no matter what. And that's what I did. And now I'm back in the Bible forever coming. Everything is going well with me. It's going well. I mean, I had the same things that you're going through. But as his promises said in Deuteronomy chapter 28, you know, God cannot lie. Lord God cannot lie. And know that those things, his promises, he keep his promises. But you the one that's refused. You the one have the where would you say have the heart of an adamant stone. You just refuse to hearken, refuse to repent. All right, well, you going from man to man, church to church, and been going to church however so years talking about I'm sticking it out, I'm going through it, but that's a lie. You can stick out going through it however you want to and go through and say all these things, but you're still going to be judged. You're still going to be, the measurement still going to be weighed out, and you might not make it. Well, I'm just giving to you like the Lord God. All right, well, that's on you. So we go on to wisdom book. This is apocrypha. And this apocrypha is a King James version. It's a King James version. And so we go on to second address. That's where I'm going to second address. And I really want to start at the 15th chapter. Let me see. Yeah, well, uh, so I guess I started at 15th chapter. But it gets real good in the 16th chapter. But I mean, go get it and read it for yourself. If you can't read it for yourself, listen to it on YouTube. Somebody's saying it on YouTube. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. See, that's what he said, the word of prophecy. And I told you, prophecy is doctrine. What Lord God said is going to happen is going to happen. Why? Because he cannot lie. Okay, so he's telling the people, telling you, and cause them to be written in a paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity, adulity, adulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness. All unfaithful there should die in unfaithfulness. And so what I tell you about this paper here, not by might, not by power, but by my spirit. So when you go, just read everything on the paper. Go to read Habakkuk. Most of these things is nothing but 1 or 2, 3 chapters. Go read them and find out what thus says the Lord. Okay? All right. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, the famine, the death, and destruction. The sword, the got another dream come. Forgive me. I gotta tell this dream. Yeah, because I told you about these 3 dreams. I told you one of the dreams that I had. And that dream that I had, man, they had these people just like in these suits now, and they was going about some foreign national, whatever they was in the dream, what. But one man was blaming on everybody else, and he was the one that was causing everything. And so some kind of way he got wounded in his arm. So they shot him in his arm. So he got wounded in his arm. And so the next thing you know, he's on a boat. He's on a little rowboat, rolling out to a bigger boat and laughing, talking about how he done got away with it. Yeah, that was one of the dreams. So you know that's going on right now. So the second dream I had, I told you about the war started. And then the third dream is about the volcanoes. I mean, I told you that in another dream, but I'm just telling you where you're at now, because the Lord God showed me the 3 dreams. But if you go to this book here, the Testament of 12 Patriarchs, our fathers and them laid out exactly what was going to happen to us. What was going to happen to a first, what's going to happen to a second, what was going to happen to a third, what's going to happen to a fourth, what's going to happen to a fifth, what's going to happen to the sixth. They have it all laid out and told them those things would happen just like this said it was going to happen. Prophecy. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, the famine, the death, and destruction. All right. For the wickedness have exceeding polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Man, I'm so sorry. I gotta cut you off again. You know, I watch Wendy Williams in the morning because she brings out the next she bring out the next candidate or the next one that's going through those and next one they bringing up to do they work. Them demons do their work. I'm saying candidate, but you know it's called something else. Can't think of what else I could say and put it in that category. So yeah, well, next one that's going through the ceremony, to put it that way. And so that's what she does. And she throw up her signs, she wear her clothes and her colors with her numbers and everything on. That's what she does. But don't worry, she's not going to be here too much longer. I told you about the dream I had about Joan Rivers. But anyway, that's what she does. And so when you look in her audience and go look in the church audience and tell me if you can tell them apart. Because Jesus told you, say, you're not going to be able to tell the polluted from the unpolluted. And that's what they're doing. Well, he said one day you will, though. But right now, you can't tell. Can't tell, man. All right, so the wickedness have exceeding polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore say the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. I'm telling you, that's what they do. I know well, anyway, I don't complain to continue, but that's what he's saying. But you know they're doing it. You know they're doing it, bro. But you think all the marches and all those speeches and we gonna do this one, they're gonna do all that. But they never, none of them never tell you that, hey, let's get back in the binds, let's keep all God's commandments, get back in the binds forever covenant. And do Deuteronomy chapter 20, they don't tell you that. All right. And therefore say the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. And that's the consummation. I told you I was going out. Man, I gotta finish this. I'm gonna try not to tell you nothing else after this. I told you about the train that was going out collecting 144,000. I told you about it. And that old man, that was one of the dreams. I told you that dream right at the beginning. Told you what was going out, and that's what he's doing. He's collecting them. It's an easy thing for him to do. All right. And therefore say, Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive them unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter, and I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. See, I will bring them with a mighty hand to stretch out on and smite Egypt with plague as before. Yeah, so you know what Egypt here. Come on, man. Deuteronomy chapter 28, man. Let me get this to you right fast. I hate to keep stuff. I mean, I just got to give it to you like you give it to you. I will tell you. Because, man, most of the time people don't understand what's going on. Deuteronomy chapter 28, and we go into Deuteronomy chapter 28, and we go into the last. Well, let's see. Let's see what the Lord God said. And it said, and the Lord said, this the Lord God speaking, said, in the Lord, Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 68. And the Lord said, I'll bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see no more again. Thou shalt see it no more again, and ye shall be sold unto your enemies for a bondman and barren woman, and no man shall buy you. All right, so that's what he's talking about. So that's what you are. You're in Egypt. Spiritual Egypt, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Behold, my people is laid at a flock to slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out on and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt should mourn, the foundation of it should be smitten with the plagues and the punishment that God should bring upon it. They that till the ground shall moan, for the sea shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. I've seen it all. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and the sword in their hands. For there shall be seditions among men, in invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor prince, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. See, man, that's happening right now. You can't get in that city, man. That city blocked out. For because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed, and men should be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for the great tribulation. Get out of those church houses, synagogues, sanctuary. Because right now you're in the tribulation of the prophets. And Lord God, I told you, I read that to you dream with Lord God said, that's how I know where we at. The Lord God said, I'm going to do something from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth that's going to change everything. I read that to you before, man. It's in one of my other videos. So, I mean, I'm not going to find it right now. Okay, and a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Behold, say God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reference me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the rising of the sun, for the rising of the sun from the south, from the east, and Lebanus, and to turn themselves one against another, and to repay the things that they have done to them, unto us, Israel. Okay, well, you know, we all over the world, you know, they treat us the same all over the world. Like as they did, like as they do yet this day unto my children, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, thus says the Lord. And that's, man, you'd be surprised what they do. What they do to me, man. Come on, bro. My right hand should not spare the sinners, and my sword should not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. The fire is gone forth from the wrath, and have consumed the foundation of the earth in the sinners, like straw that is kindled. Woe unto them that sin and keep not my commandments, say the Lord. See that? Woe unto them that sin and keep not my commandments, say the Lord. And that's what they do. They're not keeping God's commandments. You go to church house, synagogue, assembly, they don't keep all God's commandments. They don't do it, bro. They don't keep the Holy Covenant, the main important commandment. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 15. That's the quick part of it. Woe unto them that sin and keep not my commandments, say the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. Hear what I'm saying? I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power, and defile not my sanctuary. Come out of the church house, sanctuary, synagogue. I just finished reading to you that. They are corrupt. All right. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivered he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and you shall remain in them. For God shall not deliver you, because you have sinned against him. Now have the plagues started? Yes, they have. For listen, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and you shall remain in them, for God shall not deliver you, because you have sinned against him. More than just that plague, the coronavirus or something like that, coronavirus, we have coronavirus. More than that plague, the earth will start shaking, the earth will start splitting up, the volcanoes will start going off. That's just the birth of it, man. I can see what's going to really happen. I see what's going to really happen, bro. Behold, the horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east. Man. Where the nation of the dragons of Arabah shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall carry as the wind upon the earth, that they which hear them may fear and tremble. Arabah. That's what I mean. This is Second Esdras, chapter 15. Second Esdras. I always say Elders. Second Esdras, chapter 15. Man, all I can do is just give it to you like the Lord God say, where the nation of dragons of Arabah shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. And they coming. Oh yeah, more than them coming. Wait, well, let me finish. Also, what they say, the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as wild boars of the wood, and with great power should they come in during battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. So you know that's got to happen, and that's coming about. Okay, well, we're going to see. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in a great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of Assyria shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them. And in their host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, as they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star. And blood shall be from the sword unto the belly, even their own star. So these things are coming on earth, and you're watching the beginning of these things. That's what you're doing. You're watching the beginning because you know the plagues had already started, and that's gone from all over the earth. Well, I mean, all I can do is that. That's is the Apocrypha. This is a King James version, the second Esdras, chapter 15. And the dung of men unto the camels brought a hoof. They say hoof, Hough. And there shall be a great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. And then shall there come a great storms from the south and from the north, and another part from the west. And a strong wind shall rise from the east, and shall open it. A strong wind shall rise from the east, and shall open it. And the cloud which he raised up in wrath, and stirred stars to cause fear towards the east and the west wind, shall be destroyed. See, it's a cloud. See, a strong wind shall rise from the east and shall open it. And the cloud which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stirs to cause fear towards the east and west wind, shall be destroyed. See, you got to understand, these people got CERNs, these people got robot, drones, AIs, clones, giants, DNA splicing. These people, all that is ready. This is Satan doing that. And Satan have done this throughout all the world. And what Satan also done, Satan already keep us down with his children throughout all the world. And then you got you in those church houses deceiving you and keeping you away from the truth. Because once you know the real truth, you become what? You get the power of God. You get God's nature. Come on, man. And because why? Because when you go to this book here, the first and second book of Adam and Eve, when you go to first and second Adam and Eve, the conflict of Satan. When you go to that book, it'll tell you, man, Lord God tell you, say, I never gave Satan power over man. He told him, say, oh, Adam, I never give Satan power over you. All right. All I can do is give it to you like the Lord God has given it unto me. Okay. And a strong wind shall rise from the east and shall open it. And a cloud which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stirred up to cause fear towards the east and west wind, shall be destroyed. The great and mighty cloud shall be lifted up full of wrath, and the stars that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein. And they shall pour out over every high and intimate place an horrible star. An horrible star. Well, I'm just telling you, that's what I read. The great and mighty cloud should be lifted up full of wrath, and the star that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out over every high intimate place an horrible star, fire, hail, and flying swords, and many waters that are all fields may be full, and all rivers with abundance of great waters. See? Fire and hail and flying swords, and many waters that are all fields, say fields, may be full, and all rivers with abundance of great waters. They shall break down the cities and walls, mountains, hills, trees of the wood, and grass of the meadows, and their corn. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon, and make her afraid. They shall come to her and besiege her, the star and the wrath should they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and the smoke go up into the heavens, and all they that be about her should bewail her. Now you gotta have that. I can read the Haggai, the Haggai prophecies. I think that they have part of this in them. It tells you more about it anyway. All right. As they go steadfast into Babylon and make her afraid, they shall come to her and besiege her, and the star and all the wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all they that be about her shall bewail her. And they that remain under her shall do service unto them that have put her in fear. And thou, Asia, that's Asia, that are a partaker of hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. See, and thou, Asia, that are a partaker of her hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. And so I told you this before in another video, how man, back in the 80s, how they say that China was doing everything like America, naming streets and everything like America. That was what they doing. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all the works and invention. Therefore say God. So what China doing right now? China's stealing all the technology and everything, all American technologies, all American inventions. Come on, bro. You gotta know what spiritual Babylon is. Got to know. All right. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore say God, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, and the waste thy houses with destruction and death. Now, has that not happened? That's happening right now. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. That's what's happening right now. This is Asia. Is that not happening in China? Is China not part of Asia? Come on, bro. Come on, man. See, all these things that happen, God already told us, already prophecy have to be fulfilled. And that's what he's doing. What you think I'm sitting down here doing? Why do you think I'm telling you go get 300 copies of this and give out? Why do you think I'm doing that? Once you get back in the binds forever covenant. When you do that, once you get back in the binds forever, I mean keeping all God's commandments, all 10 of his commandments. You know the law? Keeping that. And then get back in the binds forever covenant. That's a forever covenant that he made with our fathers all the way from Adam unto this day. That's a covenant that was made. And God is not going to break that covenant. But we have broken the covenant, but he's not going to break. So once you get back in the bonds forever covenant, just like our fathers told us in the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs, the day Israel repent with their whole heart and get back into the bonds forever covenant, that's when we become sovereignty again, get back in bonds, that's when the land of the enemy shall be destroyed. So who's the enemies all over the world? The whole world is going to be destroyed when the Lord God come take us back and bring us back into the wilderness. Come on, man. Everything is about you. The world follow you, man. You the head and they're the tail. They had on this moment. Oh, let me finish this because I get off the stuff and go to something. So let's finish this. So, all right. So now we know that the plague have started. Yeah, that's the plague. Look, he told you, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, pestilence, and waste of house and destruction. Have that not started? So that started. And the glory of thy power should be dried up as a flower when the heat shall rise that is set over thee. All right. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastened with wounds, so that the might and the lover should not be able to receive thee. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chased with wounds. All right, say chastised. As one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and the lover shall not be able to receive thee. Would jealousy have so proceeded against thee, said the Lord. What I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, say the Lord. And so that's happening right now. But let's go back to verse 3. Thou shalt be weakened as a woman with stripes, and as one that's chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and the lovers should not be able to receive thee. And that what's going on in China right now. The mighty and the lovers, America, mighty, who love all those businessmen and all those, they love China. Why? Because they go in China, they can make $1 billion in no time. Yeah, they can make $1 million overnight. Oh, they got 1 billion people over there. You see? That's the lovers of China. Now they can't do nothing for her because she's being chastised. All right, let's finish reading. So we know that now. So we know that they can't receive. Nobody can go over there. They didn't shut China down. Nobody can get out. That's where it's going to be before it's over. Nobody can get out. Nobody can get in. All right. Well, it really is that way now. All the people that believe in that, those diplomats and things, the rest of them can't leave. I mean, they might be sneaking out, but they can't leave on their own. What I with jealousy have proceeded against thee, say the Lord. If thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thy hands, and said over their dead when thou wast drunken. See, if thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thy hands, and slain over their heads when thou wast drunken. And that's what they do. Man, they don't want they don't want the righteous over there and saints of God over there, what they call Christians anyway. But I'm talking about the righteous and saints of God. They're killing them. Yeah, man, they're killing them people. I'm talking about the true saints of God. And then you know other thing too, man. Man, Asian people, some old Asian people, they will not touch Israel's hand, do not touch a black man's hand. They take, just like they do it over there in Israel, take their money and put it down on the counter. Now you can reach the money in their hand. But when they put it back, it's going down on the counter. Just like they did in the 60s and 50s, 40s, all that foolishness. Now God chastised. I told you, the minute Israel, so as we get stronger and stronger back in the Bible, read Psalms 35, pray for your enemies. And as we get back in the Bible, as we get back in the Bible of forever covenant, then you're going to see more and more things happening. But you better be in the Bible of forever covenant. Go read Deuteronomy chapter 28, get back in the Bible so these things won't happen to you. Because God tell you what he's going to do to your enemies. Come on, man. You think I'm doing this for nothing? Doing thus say the Lord God. Like I told you, God love your neighbor as yourself. So when you get put on King David, see, they always talk about King David, but King David put on sackcloth and ashes and prayed for Israel. Prayed for his people, not for right then and now, but even unto this day. That's why God made a forever covenant with David. They shall always have a seed sitting on the throne of Judah, ruling over all Israel. And that's what they have. So man, he made Isaiah walk 3 years naked. And look what happened to Isaiah. So man, you got to know. You listen to these pastors, preachers, and teaching. Jesus tell you, come out of all my people. My time is up. Come out of my people. That's why the Lord God telling you, get out of those church houses, synagogues, because they are corrupt. And you following right behind them, and the Lord God says, because God cannot lie, and God cannot spare. All right, well, like I'm telling you, because they're not telling you once saved, always saved, but that's a lie. That's a lie. And I have read that to you in the book of Jeremiah and the book of Ezekiel, that once a man start out a certain way and he get corrupt, and Lord God gonna chastise that man. He's going to go through the judgment. He's going to be destroyed. And if a man start out in the wrong way and then repent and go the right way, that man going to be saved. So you got to know what you got to know, man. You better start listening to the pastors and start learning and know the Lord God for yourself. Even if you can't read or write, you can know the Lord God for yourself. You can do it. Lord, just listen. Lord God send his holy angel, your guardian angel, the Lord come down and speak to you and tell you and let you know what's the difference between right and wrong. Man, I heard a man tell me one time, tell you what he told me. He said, Lord God told him to do this. And he said, but I can't read. Lord God told him, wipe your hand over the Bible. And he put his hand over the Bible, and next thing you know, he was able to understand and read it. So man, they got a lot of things out there that you don't know. God can do a lot of things. He's God. He's not no man, no supernatural. No, man. That's made up. That's man telling you that, what, to deceive you again. Just like all these commercials and things that you have now. Everywhere you look, commercial guy either have a black woman and white man. That what they show. A black woman and white man. Or they have a white woman, a black man. Or they have, even if they're doing, even they have two women. One of the women have to be black, one of the women have to be white. And this is Satan's work to get you to sin against God again. Yeah, to go against God. Because what God said, leave those strangers alone. Why? Because they're going to turn your heart away from your God. And he's not going to spare you. And no strangers shall enter into what? In the kingdom of Israel. You ain't going to have no strangers there. All right. Well, I'll do it. Let me try to hurry up and finish this. What I would jealously have proceeded against thee, say the Lord. If thou hast not always slain my children, exalting the stroke of thy hands, and saying over their day when thou wast drunken. Set forth the beauty of thy conscience. See, that's a question. Set forth the beauty of thy conscience. I'm almost there. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Tell you, man. All right. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, say the Lord, even so shall God do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. The children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fail through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that would be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for the very hunger of bread and thirst of water. See? Now you got them people out there, they can't get no bread, no food, or nothing. If nobody gonna deliver them no bread or food, nothing, they gonna die. Well, let me finish reading. But if they get back in the bonds forever come, I don't care who you are. It's called salvation. And if you get, I don't care what color you are, who you are. If you do this favor, get back in the bonds forever come, start keeping God's commandment, keep God's commandment. It's called salvation. And God gonna do the same thing. What he say he's gonna do for us, he's gonna do it for you. Why? Because you have repented with your whole heart, keep all his commandments and the back and bind, keeping all his commandments back and bind forever come. Be baptized in Jesus' name that they may receive what? The gift of promise, the Holy Ghost. Those things you have to do. If you don't do those things, you're going to go through this tribulation, which has already started. All right. Well, let's read that again. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood for the very hunger of bread and the thirst of water. As unhappy, thou as unhappy shalt come through the sea and receive plagues again. And the passions that they will rush upon the idle city shall destroy some portion of thy land and consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. Tell you, bro. And thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire. Once again. And thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire. So let me stop right there. I only got a couple more more verses to go. And let me tell you. And then I just finished reading that to you. And they tell you that Jacob gonna be a flame. Jacob gonna be on fire. Ephraim gonna be a flame. And what? Esau gonna be a stubble. See, that's Esau children also. Look, how you can tell? Look at the color of their skin, and you tell that they are Esau children also. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't read these books banned from the Bible and all these books and not know who Esau children are. Can't do it. Can't do it, bro. Unless you just want to be deaf, dumb, and blind. Well, I guess you can. Guess you can. Because you fall back in the Holy Covenant, God going to give you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding as long as you keep it. But That's on you. Yeah, because when I was in these church house synagogue sanctuary, I didn't know none of this. I didn't even know this exists. All they had me was right here in this book right here, the Holy Bible. That's all they had me reading, the Holy Bible. And you listen to the people and you try to get somebody to go along with you and everything, be converted and all that stuff. The law of God, well, that's what the law of God telling you, making them proselyte. And that's what they have done. The Catholic Church and them, that's what they have done to make them proselyte. And you tell them the Holy Bible and everything, you get stuck in that Holy Bible and God has His words. I just been telling you that. His words are all over. His prophecies are all over. You just got to seek. That's why He told you, when you seek me with your whole heart, then you shall find it. But you won't do the first step. And the first step, I told you that the Pharisees have taken the keys of knowledge. He told us the Pharisees and the scribes have taken the keys of knowledge and hidden them. Just finished reading that. Come on, man. All right, so let's go. And thou shalt be cast down them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire, and shall consume thee in thy cities, thy land, and in thy mountains, and all the woods, and the fruitful trees shall they burn up with fire. Thy children shall they carry away with captives, and look what thou hast they. Thy children shall they carry away captive, and look what thou hast, they shall spoil it, and mar the beauty of thy face. So that's the book of wisdom. And that's chapter 15 in the book of wisdom. Now, does law God permit me to read chapter 16 to you? Okay, that's more deep in the prophecy. But right now, you know where you're at on prophecy. You know the timeline that you all are in on the prophecy. This is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah. Until next time.